Hello, Googleization Nation. Welcome to Better Leaders, Better Workplaces, a GGG Unleashed podcast with thought leader Vivian Blade. I'm Ira Wolf.
And I'm Jason Cochran. In each of Vivian's episodes, we'll cover the latest trends and emerging practices around creating resilient workplaces. Let's begin.
Hello, Googleization Nation. This is Vivian Blade, and I'm excited to be your host for the new GGG Unleashed Better Leaders, Better Workplaces podcast. The first episode comes at a time when we're looking ahead to 2023. Like many of my clients, I know many of you are in the process of planning for next year. Well, I've been studying the trends that will be impacting your business. So today, I want to highlight some of the most pressing trends that you need to watch out for and bring your attention to strategic areas that will need to be front and center for you. We all feel it. We continue to be in an environment of disruption, and 2023 will be no exception. Let's look at some economic indicators first. Inflation and global supply chain challenges are going to continue to be a sore spot for us. We know the U.S. Federal Reserve will continue to raise interest rates to slow inflation and to slow growth. Slowing global growth and recession are also imminent. And then there's wage inflation. It will continue to rise even higher to 4.3% of total payroll. And that's according to the Conference Board. What's going on with the workforce? Well, competition for talent is going to continue as well. A McKinsey study found that 40% of people in 6 countries said that they were unhappy at work and they are considering leaving their jobs in the near future. And because of the smaller labor pool, it is going to be even harder to fill those open positions. The demand for flexibility in work arrangements will heighten. Employees don't believe that there is a compelling need really for them to go back to the office, especially full time. There was a study by Avanti where they found that 2/3 of employees were willing to sacrifice a promotion or a pay raise in order to work remote. As I work with leaders, I think the most surprising is the realization that we have experienced a sea change. We're never going back. There are myriad big issues to deal with at the same time, and their organizations must accelerate radical change, or you're going to risk being left behind. Here's how these issues are showing up for the leaders I talk to. I was talking with a leader who works in the hospitality industry. They continue to struggle to rebuild their workforce and to retain those employees. So, to fill their open positions, they're having to go outside of their typical industry and recruit individuals who previously worked in other industries. To be prepared, leaders have to get ahead of the trends so that your organization can proactively adapt and chart your own path forward rather than being reactive. The following 5 areas that I'm about to share with you should be at the top of your agenda. The first focus area is HR's value creation. HR is in one of the best positions to be the champions of change to build flexible and resilient organizations. But the reality is that there are big gaps in perceptions about HR's real influence in the organization. HR must take the lead on ensuring that their organizations have the purpose, the talent, leadership, structure, and capabilities and human-centered culture to be successful. The second area is leader effectiveness. Leaders have to be willing and able to create a positive workplace culture that's focused more on your people. Still, among the biggest reasons why people are quitting their jobs or quiet quitting, as we're hearing so much about these days, is because of a bad boss and a toxic culture. Gartner suggests that the new imperative is the human centric leader, which is defined by leading with authenticity, with empathy, and a keen ability to actually adapt. The third key focus area on your agenda is consistently delivering a positive employee lifecycle experience, including areas like talent acquisition, onboarding, creating career experiences, career paths, and investing in employee training, certifications, reskilling, upskilling, areas that are aligned with individual employee needs and their career interests. And thinking about employee well being that is deeper than having a periodic health fair or providing just basic mental health benefits. I was talking with a leader recently who is prioritizing investments in leader development that meet individual needs and will benefit team member careers long term, even if that means they actually move on from the organization eventually. And that is a lot of the expectation among talent today. The fourth area is the future of work. We know that remote and flexible work environments are here to stay. So your focus will be on workplace accessibility from anywhere, not who's physically in the office from 8 to 5 every day. Leaders who are better skilled at leading in an ever evolving hybrid work environment and connecting employees to a meaningful purpose, those are going to be the leaders who will be able to build much stronger teams. The fifth key focus area at the top of your priority list needs to be organizational resilience and agility. Change and the uncertainty that comes with it are inevitable. You have to be positioned then to respond in a way that doesn't exacerbate the chaos and the overwhelm that people are experiencing. And that's so easy to fall into when you're constantly in firefighting mode. In our upcoming episodes, we'll be digging into these focus areas with specific strategies to better position your organization for profitable growth. I think this quote by Peter Drucker summarizes a key point that I want to get across to you today. The best way to predict the future is to create it. I work with organizations to build better leaders and better workplaces. Let's work together to enhance yours. And connect with me on LinkedIn. I'm always sharing resources and generating conversations about the topics we talk about on this podcast. I'd love to hear from you.
That's it for today's episode. Thank you for tuning in and learning how to develop better leaders and better workplaces. We'll be back next month with Vivian for another episode. But until then, you can access some of Vivian's resources by visiting her website, vivianblade.com. And remember, don't let the shift hit your plans.